Hi there guys, Darren Stevenson back with another video. Today, like I said, I'll talk about what I think or what could potentially be the best Orcust variant. Not necessarily right now, but maybe what's best to take for the upcoming YCS. YCS Fort Worth or YCS Dallas or YCS Wee Texas, whatever you want to call it. If you haven't checked out the video from yesterday, I would definitely recommend watching that first. So I just compile some evidence and just reflect on how the events went for YCS Ghent, Niagara and Guadalajara. So it's check out that first. It's on my channel. I'll put a link in the description below as well, just so you can just give it a little click and just have a watch of that first, and just to, just have an overview of how the events went, and then it'll help apply more conclusions to this video to see what we'll think the best Orcust variant is. So without further ado, let's just compare all of the Orcust variants. So we have Lunalight, we have Cyber Dragons, we have Pure, and we even have Thunder. 4 different Orcust variants, all of which have done really well and gone deep in top cut, and some of which have even won YCSs. So let's get to it. Let's compare each one and then talk about them, and then just come to our conclusions at the end to see what we think is the best. So let's look at the deck list. So that'll be the best thing to do. So let's look at the winner of YCS Ghent, Johannes. I'm not even going to begin to pronounce his last name. So let's just have a look at his deck. So from what I remember, when I played Lunalight way back when, nothing too out of the ordinary. So you've got like Armageddon Knight, and you've got like a reasonable Lunalight package with the 3 Tigers. He opted to play Gizmek, which is, I think Gizmek's really cool because it like helps with grinds and also pushes, and it means that you just don't die when they go for like Borrow Sword or DK in the mirror. He's playing a decent danger package. He's playing 3 Mothman, which is really, really good in this deck, because if you discard Emerald Bird or Martin, then you can just go Mad Plus and buy Search and Serenade, Dance, or summon and guy a monster back. So the utility with the dangers is really, really strong. And he's playing like a relatively small Orcust package, just 4 Orcust monsters in the main, which is probably all you need, because the majority of the time you're only just doing Orcust combo that end on Crescendo to protect your Floodgate. And this guy opted to play just Imperial Order as his Floodgate. He didn't side any more Floodgates. Interesting choice. I think I personally was trying to eradicate it when I tested this deck. But maybe Imperial Order, he just really didn't want to lose the Super Body. I mean, who does? He's playing Kaijus too, interesting. That's a good, decent idea. Baits out the counter traps, hits like Striker links, because Striker can be really irritating to OTK a lot of the time. And in the extra deck, he's playing some decent utility cards. He's playing the Mega Fleet, which we saw won him the YCS. I think he didn't summon that all weekend, and he only summoned it in the final. I mean, fair play to him. He played with a 14 card extra deck all event, and then the 15th card came up in the nick of time. Smaller Orcust package in the extra, which is 2 Galas and 1 Girsu. And then he's got the card, which is the big reason as to why you would want to play this deck, is Azafot, because it means you don't lose the Nibiru. You just go Azafot, bye. All you have to do is play for an impermanence, and then the deck just 1 more combos off and ends on like Griffin, Girsu, Counter Trap, and a Floodgate, which is crazy. So let's have a look at the guy that got 2nd place at YCS Niagara Falls. It's Clifton Land, I can pronounce that name. His deck was very similar to the guy that won Ghent, but he's opting to play Wolf, which is really cool. Wolf is a huge OTK enabler, which is basically poly that you can search into Leo Dancer, and Leo Dancer just OTKs the board. It's insane. So he's playing a little bit different. He's not playing Kaijus or anything like that. He's playing a different Floodgate in Summon Limit, and he's not playing Gizmek. He's playing World One. So there's a couple of ways you can play the deck, which is quite cool. But again, the big reason why you play this deck is to being able to set a Floodgate and just play through Nibiru because of Azafot. And it just means it sets up for game next turn, and the deck's just like super, super strong. And like the main reason why this deck probably does so well is because Azafot is just a ridiculously good card. So I don't think there's any more points I can say about Lunalight, other than like it's just a really strong deck. It can make Azafot fairly easily turn 1, and the fact that Lunalight Chick is cents for cost, that's insane. And the only thing I can think of that's a huge downside for it is like no material on Neala can feel like the worst feeling in the world. So next, let's check out the Cyber Dragon variant. So this is the Cyber Dragon deck from Sam Pearson, who got 2nd YCS Ghent. So he's playing a fairly similar list to what Ediception was showing off in his YouTube videos. He's playing a bigger Orcust package, 1 extra harp, and that's it. But he's playing quite a decent cyber package. So the point of the cyber dragons as well is also because Nibiru is just a pain in the ass. So you would just use your cyber engine to make infinity first before you do your full Orcust combo. So that means you would end on full Orcust combo plus infinity, and you can also end on overload or overflow, whatever it's called as well, which also deals with the board and pops like back row and stuff, which is a really, really cool card. And this is why I opted to play this at YCS Ghent, because overflow is just ridiculous, and being able to end on infinity is just a lot of value. And I feel like the cyber monsters are just really, really just bollocks in the mirror. Like, they're just so ridiculous. Like, when they special summon Cyber Dragon, they have to deal with it, otherwise you're fusing their whole board into a Chimera Tech Fortress. And a lot of the time you can just set core and then just fuse their extra deck monster into a Mega Fleet, and they just won't expect it. And a lot of the time, a lot of Orcust players just couldn't play around the cyber engine, and it was just punishing them and taking their whole board away, which is crazy. And it's more or less the same thing. The only thing that this doesn't end on is a floodgate, but it makes it so that you have a more unfair mirror match, because you are just essentially fusing all their resources away. And the fact that the cyber engine can just do that with any deck, like Striker, just like fuse their fusion away so they don't trick array and stuff, makes this deck a really formidable deck, and it just makes it really versatile. And it probably has a better going second than Lunalight, but probably not as strong going first. So I guess it's what you value more. Would you rather have a more ridiculous going first by setting a floodgate and Griffin and stuff, or would you rather a deck that can like really take advantage of Cyber Dragon and go second and play cards like Machine Dupe, which are just really unfair? So that's so that's Cyber Dragon and Luna. So let's have a look. So the Thunder variant here, it's a very big Thunder package. It's played like it was played like way back when you played the combo Thunder deck at I think it was the last event. It was Portland. So like it was still being seen at Portland. He's playing quite a thicker Thunder package. I think he's playing it more like I think David's from Team Jim's playing it more like sort of like a pure Thunder with a heavier engine, but he's also playing like the cards that made combo Thunder just so ridiculous, like Levinia. He's playing Melody as well, which means he can just search Levinia and Diabolos to make just ridiculous plays. And I've played this deck myself. It is just so ridiculous. It can like OTK through absolutely anything. Just Levinia is just such a ridiculously good card, and with the Thunder Dragons it just helps you extend as well as dealing with boards, and just helps you OTK. The deck's really grindy as well because it plays the Thunder engine and it plays like triple Colossus. Like the combo deck didn't, it just played one. And the point of this deck also is to make sure you don't lose the Nibiru, because he's playing that Galaxy Photon, whatever it is. It's a rank 8 that negates monster effects. So before or even just before he banishes an Orcust monster to do Orcust combo, he would summon that first, so then it protects his entire combo, so he can't get Nibiru, which is insane. And you've also got extenders like Allure, which complement the Thunder Dragons really, really nicely. And he went deep in top cut, so this deck is very real. It can just take advantage of the fact by just being an explosive combo deck that people really aren't respecting right now. And it's also a deck that just like won't really lose the Nibiru, because it can end on the rank 8 that just stops it. And then on top of that, it basically just ends on the rank 8 Colossus, which is really strong against some Orcust variants that are playing like Engage and stuff. It's really good against the Lunalight version because of Tenki, and the Cyber Dragon version because of Emergency. So Colossus can randomly just get you wins, as well as just also end on the full Orcust engine with Crescendo, Colossus, and also the rank 8, because you're putting up a negate anyway to stop Nibiru, and if like they don't have Nibiru, then you've got a negate, and even if they do have Nibiru, you've still got a negate because it has 2 materials. It's crazy. So those are all the other variants. Let's go and have a look at Pure. So this is the deck which Raphael never got 9-2 with, but unfortunately his tiebreakers were just awful, so he unfortunately got 38th. But his deck's still really, really solid, and it gives you an idea as to what sort of deck you can play in the Pure Orcust matchup. So you've got a bigger Orcust package, which plays hand traps. So this variant opts to play hand traps because so it gives you more of a grindy meta, and the fact that it allows you to have such a grind with other matchups means that you don't really fear anything. I think the logic is that Nibiru is just so annoying, and a lot of the time you can't consistently make Astrophat, you can't consistently make Infinity, and you can't consistently make rank 8. But if you get Nibiru, then it's fine because you have some defensive cards which you can fall back on, and you can also make players that just play around Nibiru and just not overextend and not be greedy and just play a regular Yu-Gi-Oh! And you've got some one-card players here, so it allows you to push into back row. Like Engage is a one-card play, and Instant Fusion just allows you to make a Restrict, which is like really ridiculous and deals with the counter traps, and also ends on Winder, so it gives you like a first turn like bullshit auto win. I think the only downside is that it plays search cards, so since it does play those search cards, it does end up losing to Barney the Dinosaur. But you can play around this by just not playing these cards and maybe opting to play Dangers instead, extenders that don't require a search if you are really scared of Colossus, which is a very reasonable thing to do. So, we've talked about all the decks. What do you guys think is the best then? From recent evidence, it looks like that the Lunalight variant might have the edge, just because Azathoth is just so ridiculous, and the fact that it's already shown that it's got all 3 finals this past YCS, I don't see why it wouldn't get to the final of the upcoming YCS in YCS Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas, whatever it's called. But let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think is the best Orcust variant, and tell me why. It'll be really interesting to know. And if you're going to the YCS, which Orcust variant would you personally play, and which one's the best one? And that's it for me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. See you in Texas. Bye-bye.